classic French dessert. And this is the pastry cream used in the creation of a heavenly pastry, a Saint-Honoré. Today, a famous French chef joins us to make this divine dessert. And also Wayne Reynolds, a master gilder, is going to show us how to maintain the beauty of an antique gilded frame. Do you know that pastry is so important to the French that they have actually designated a patron saint? His name, Saint-Honoré, and this cake, at least a version of it, is the patron saint's own cake. This particularly beautiful version at Paillard Bistro, right on Lexington Avenue in New York City. And the chef, Francois Paillard, is going to show us how he creates this beautiful, beautiful creation. I love it. I've tasted it. It's excellent.
It's the most traditional recipe from France. This one is a small version. You can have in big size and small size. We may start with the pâte à choux. Alors we have 250 grams of water, 100 grams of butter. We may add a pinch of salt.
Everything's in grams, and everything will be translated on the website into our American measurements.
Exactly. The flour, we need 200 grams.
And using a scale like this really gives you the exactitude that you need for this very scientific endeavor, baking.
You just put on the scale, 200 grams, you know it's right.
But then watch this. This is really great, too. So you just press this, and it goes back to 0. So now you can measure something else into the bowl.
The next ingredient, we have 250 grams of water, 100 grams of butter, and a pinch of salt.
Okay.
What you may do, we may bring to a boil.
So should I go
Yes.
boil this? Okay.
You see now it starts to boil.
Yeah.
Almost ready to boil. Just add the flour. Voila.
And it's very important to cook the flour, right?
Exactly. What we want to make sure we have no lumps of flour.
Right.
Voila, very good. And you may dry a little bit the mix
Yeah,
over the
so
flame.
it comes away from the side of the pan.
Exactly. That's perfect, that's good enough.
Okay?
You can dump it.
Okay,
Voila.
and you can add the eggs, or I'll pour them
Exactly.
in for you.
One by one.
7 eggs, one by one.
It's because they may absorb little by little the moisture you need for the pâte à choux. Now we can add another one. And you see, it's still warm,
So it's taking the eggs in.
little by little. And you don't want it to cool down too fast before you add the eggs. You need one more egg, yeah? It's the same consistency as the whipped cream.
Soft peak.
You can add the last one
Yep,
too.
I think so.
Now what we do, we roll out 2 discs of puff pastry. Very thin.
You can also use store-bought puff pastry. Now, what makes all the little holes? I sometimes do that with a fork.
We use a darker, it's much easier. It's these little things over here. And by rolling over the dough, make all these little holes. At home, I know we can still using the forks or the knife too.
And what's the purpose of docking?
It makes the air going through the dough and it doesn't raise as much as the real puff pastry. Because you know, we just want the texture or the flakiness
Right.
of the puff pastry,
Yeah,
but you don't want...
this high.
Exactly, it's not a Napoleon, it's
No.
a Saint-Honoré. Now what we have over here, we have a little bit of egg wash. Alors, you can use egg wash or you can use water.
So just egg,
Exactly.
softly beaten.
1 egg, but you know the things, you don't want to make too much. Just a little bit enough to stick the pâte à choux
Oh, okay.
to the puff pastry.
And only around the edge.
That's it.
Okay.
Now we may fill up the bag. You make sure they have no air in the bag. Over here, you may go around the edge. I'm going very slowly than if you can see. In the center, we just add a little bit of pâte à choux. It's just to reinforce the cake when it's a big one. Now you see we have the bottom of the Saint-Honoré. Now we have to make the little puff. Over here, we may use the tray to make the little puff. Alors, you want them pretty small. You can use a star tip or you can use a round tip. By using a star tip, you know, you don't have to egg wash them. And you make your life much easier, you know. Voila.
Excellent.
We have everything we need. We have the oven, 375. The puff baked 15 minutes. When they light brown color, they be ready. The big one, 20 minutes. Bake them for 20, 25 minutes. We may see how long it takes.
Okay. Don't forget, there's lots more information about our show on our website.
Yes, it's coming up.
Excellent. So why don't you describe what you put in here?
It's very simple. It's just 250 grams of sugar, 50 grams of water, and 3 tablespoons of corn syrup. You bring to a boil and you let cook.
Yes.
Caramel has to be like little color.
Beautiful color.
It's light brown color. I already have some puff made over here. And if we may start to caramelize them. Alors what we do, I do some little hole over the back of them already. And you may dip them one by one into the caramel. And upside down on the tray, I may do the little decoration. And it's very simple. Just have to melt down the sugar. With the sugar, we can do a lot of things. You see, I may use a little spatula.
It's so pretty, and it'll come right off.
Yes, you may peel off very quickly and very easy. You always have to do on the parchment paper, this one. You know, if you use a silicone sheet, it's kind of too slippery for that.
Those are pretty. They look like the leaves of a palm tree.
Yes, exactly. Always try to make things very thin, because you know sugar is not very good to eat, you know, it's kind of very sweet. But you know the way to remove the sugar from the paper is very simple. You just slide and pick them up. We may use them for the decoration. Over here we have our puff. Now you can see they all caramelized. We may use them for the decoration over here. What we do at this point, we may stuff them with the cream. I may just firm up the whipped cream a little bit. I want nice and stiff, you know. That's perfect. Now we may fold a little bit of the whipped cream into the pastry cream. Very gentle. Into the pastry cream, I have a little bit of kirsch, you know. Now you see, I made a little bit more of whipped cream. Not too much. And that be the cream to garnish the bottom of the Saint-Honoré.
Okay.
And on the top is whipped cream. Always the bavaroise on the bottom and the whipped cream for the decoration.
So different tastes as you get down into the dessert.
Exactly. And you know the sugar, you have very little bit of sugar into the cream because you don't want to be too sweet. Okay, now we have the crème bavaroise we may use for stuff the Saint-Honoré. Now we may use a bag, we may fill it up with the whipped cream.
Do you want me to do the bavaroise on this one?
Yes. That's perfect.
Very nice.
That's good enough. On the side, I've already, the Saint-Honoré, some of them already cooked. We may place them, you use the tray. And this, you may fill it up the bottom.
All over?
On the bottom, no on the side.
Is that enough?
Perfect. That's plenty.
Okay.
If you want, you can stuff the puff one by one with a little bit of cream. And over here, you see my sugar still a little bit soft, just enough to glue each puff all around the pâte à choux. We use a little cream to put between. We can do both ways.
Okay, so these would be filled
Yes.
and put in between. Oh, pretty.
And now what we do, you pipe the whipped cream.
Now notice that motion, back and forth like little waves.
Some sugar for the decoration. If you like, you know, sometimes what's nice is on the sugar piece, sprinkle some tannic sugar. It looks warmer, you know, on the cake.
Very beautiful. All these little secrets that really make this dessert Francois.
Voila. And over here, some chocolate for the decoration.
Little chocolate petals. Now that's nice tempered chocolate.
Exactly the same things that we do with the sugar, you do with the chocolate, and you use to garnish the cake, you know. Now we may present on our plate.
So here you have the cake that's dedicated to the patron saint of pastry in France, the Saint-Honoré. It is a beautiful creation, and Francois, thank you very much for showing us how to make it.
Thank you so much for your help. That's a small version too.
Well, cake of the month, the Saint-Honoré.